Coming up on this week's episode of SVG Motors Weekly.
We're not showcasing it just because it's our favorite color, but it's called Punkin. P-U-N-K''I-N.
Like I said, the truck itself is a lot more aggressive looking, and which a truck should be aggressive, right? So
what are we getting? Are we getting a move you up a couple years and keep your payments the same combo?
Hi, I'm Allison Hardy, and today on Tech Tips, we're going to talk about filling your car up.
now I've covered the 2019 Silverado, and I've talked about it, but this is really a truck that you have to get in here to see for yourself.
Now the really cool thing is that I didn't understand.
Need a car, need it bad, need something better than what you had. Not sure what you want or where to go. Well, there's one place that you need to know. SVG is the place for me, where you get superior value guaranteed.
Hi guys, welcome to SVG Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. I am Chance Pierce, and today we are showcasing our 2018 Wrangler JL Sahara 4x4. Now, you know, we're not showcasing it just because it's our favorite color, but it's called Punkin. P-U-N-K''I-N. And you know, Wrangler has made this beautiful color just for us to, of course, showcase everything it has to offer. Now it is trail rated. As you can see right here, it does come with the Nerf bars, so the running boards. Now, even the beautiful Bridgestone all-terrain tires. If you want to look on the inside, we have the all weatherproof inside. Now it is weatherproof. If you do get caught in the rain, you can, believe it or not, just let it dry out and it'll be perfectly fine. Leather interior. Now we go around, it is a soft top. It's a lot easier to take off. And I tell you what, I think I'm going to demonstrate that for you today. So what we're going to do, I'm going to, of course, take the little lips off of the back. We're going to start with the back window. It's a lot easier. Now, as you can see me, I'm just going to gently slide it out. Now make sure you store this in a nice, safe, cool area. Now today we're going to put it on this little bench. And then we're going to start with the left side. Now the left side's just as easy. All we do is just put a little pressure right there. Make sure this lip is off. And then pull it out. Make sure all the lips are off, all the Velcro, and then pull it right out. Now, as you can see, you know, when we take this full top off, we're gonna go into the beach, or you're just going to one of the local Jeep festivals. This is an all-around snow winter. It's all seasons. Now with the two little latches up front and this little latch right here, the soft top comes down with ease. Now, I think I want to take the doors off. Now once you've safely taken the connector wires off, now we can take apart the door. So what we do is we grab our little toolkit that Jeep offers with every Wrangler. What is that, lefty loosey, righty tighty? Just gotta go take them all the way down. Now that we've taken the two bolts for the hinges, we're going to take the third one, which is located right in front of me, right inside of the door. All right, now that we've got all those off, we can safely remove the door. So, as I just calmly grab the door.
Chance, what are you doing?
Taking off this door on the Wrangler, what are you doing?
Why?
I'm just going to take it for a spin.
Take it for a spin, why?
It's a beautiful day, we're not going to have a lot of these left.
That's
so
true.
Why not just use it?
I guess.
You want to help me?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Follow me. So now that we've taken off the driver's side door, let's take off the passenger side. We're going to do the same exact thing. I'll grab the bolts over here. Zach, can you do this one for me?
I'll do this.
Awesome. You're a phenomenal guy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's take off the windshield as he's doing that. It's a lot easier than just taking off the doors. It's only 4 bolts. There's one located right here, just right above your right or your left eye. So now we're gonna do the other side, very similar. Just once again, make sure all right, now a big thing is the windshield wipers. Of course, there's these little 2 plastic pieces, but to take the windshield off, we gotta make sure we take these off and put them in a safe spot. that right there for now. Put the bolt back on. Take the cap, put it back on. Now we'll do the other one. All right, now let's go put these back in the back. Now that we've safely taken all of the bolts off, we'll just slide it down and gently set it down. Now, one big thing you need right now is safety goggles. But let's take the rest of it off. See what happens. Yeah. Now, if I was Chuck Norris or Andre the Giant, you know, I could probably just rip these doors off. But since I value my job and value customers' care, I will just gently remove the last two doors. Where are we gonna go?
Well, first of all, we have all these bolts laying around everywhere. What are we gonna do with all these bolts?
I have an idea. So if you want to, I'll grab all the bolts, but let's stay right there. Now, of course, you did ask where are we gonna put them, but
I don't see any spots.
look at this.
What?
Could you believe that? They even have storage in these things.
Look at that. And that says doors?
It says doors. This one says roof. All right, so where are we gonna go?
I don't know. I am kind of hungry though.
Me too. You got coupons?
I have a card. Let's go.
I love plastic.
I have a gift
card.
card. Absolutely.
Awesome. Close the doors.
How's it going? This is Brian Lloyd here at SVG Chevrolet in Greenville. Very excited today to talk about the 2019 Silverado. It just hit the store here a couple days ago. So first of all, you'll notice on this thing, the Chevy stepped up their game on this thing, right? So the style factor is off the chain. So first thing first, okay, hood, aluminum. Door, aluminum. Tailgate, aluminum. So it's it's 420 pounds lighter on this truck than the previous model year on there. And as you see, this one here's a Z71, just like all Z71s. It has the skid plates and the upgraded shocks in there, so in case you want to go off-road a little bit in this thing. Chevy also, once again, aluminum doors on here, which is nice. Like I said, makes it a lot lighter. These are all new designed running boards, which I personally like these. It just gives a much tougher look to the truck, and like I said, the truck itself is a lot more aggressive looking, and which a truck should be aggressive, right? So onto the back here. One of the things I love about this is the bed. We have 21 tie downs in there. You know how many different scenarios you can do with 21 tie downs? So no matter what you put back here, you can secure it nice. On around to the rear here, the bumpers, they did put the steps on the previous truck. However, I like these a little bit more. They're a little deeper back in there, so it's a little easier to get footing on there. So if I had to reach up in here to grab anything. Still with the Easy Lift tailgate, now it's set up a little bit different where it's not really a handle anymore, it's a button, which I'll show you on the inside. There's also a release for that on the inside on there. The tailgate, also aluminum. This thing is super light. I mean, it's just lightweight, so you're not killing yourself trying to shut it when you're done. It shuts really easily on there. So Chevy has increased the length of this truck by 1.5 inches, and they increased the wheelbase by 4 inches, which gives it more stability when driving on there. On around here, of course, these are your standard tires. They're gonna have, actually there's 8 trim levels on this truck, 8 of them. So you can find one that's perfect for you or whatever you want to do with the truck. Out of 8 trim levels, you should be able to find something that works for you, whichever scenario. Now this one does have just the standard wheels on it. Of course, they're gonna have 22s on there. They're gonna offer the black rims like everybody likes right now. So they're gonna have just a ton of options on this thing. On around here again, one thing I want to point out too, this is the first I've seen them do this on the truck, is passive entry. Okay, so I walk up with this key fob in my pocket, man, I don't even have to take it out. I can just click that, unlock the doors, hop right in. So this Silverado is a crew cab, okay? One of the things you notice back there, look at all that room, leg room for days. I mean, no matter what you're hauling back there, those seats do fold up also. There's a couple that folds down in there. And you have the rear vents in these too, so you can stay nice and cool or nice and toasty back there, whichever you prefer. But I was just so impressed with the room that's in there. I'm 6 foot tall, and I have so much room, and that's with the seat back a long ways too. So I was really impressed with what they did in the rear on there. A lot bigger than the previous style on there. Front seat, of course, totally different setup on the inside, and like I said, we'll get to that here in a minute, but I just like the way the inside of this thing looks on there. So now that we've looked at the outside, just a great body design, let's hop in the inside so I can show you some stuff on there.
All right, you ready?
I'm ready if you are.
Now remember, safety first. So where are we going for lunch?
I was thinking McDonald's.
McDonald's.
Let's turn some AC on. Oh wait, never mind. We can't. The doors. We have all the doors off.
I've never driven one with all the doors off.
So Zach, you know, I was just reading a story about how we're gonna have a harsh winter.
Is that what the Farmer's Almanac says?
Hey, you know, you gotta trust those things.
They're usually pretty accurate.
Yes, they are, and you know, I think this Wrangler would be ideal for it. It's built for the snow, and what, it has the 4-wheel low, the 4-wheel high. You know, you can practically anywhere you want in this thing.
These things are trail rated. They're built for this kind of stuff.
Yes, they are. And even your day-to-day driving. You know, I couldn't believe that.
This is such a comfortable ride.
It is, that it is. Zach, why don't you pull up a little bit more?
Now, driving tip number 1. It doesn't matter how far you pull up to the light. It's not going to make it turn green any faster, Chance.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'll tell you what, it is a beautiful day.
It's perfect weather. It's nice and warm. Birds around. Leaves are green. But we are coming up on the fall, and that is my favorite season.
You know what my favorite holiday is in the fall?
Halloween?
Thanksgiving.
Oh, I could have guessed that. Hot or cold, the Wrangler is the perfect vehicle for any kind of weather. Weather like this, you can put the top down, take the doors off, open the windshield. You might want to check your state law first, and then just cruise around.
Absolutely.
Because the breeze feels amazing, especially on hot days when it's 85 degrees outside like today. This kind of weather is perfect.
That it is.
Now, when it gets cold, it's also perfect because hopefully you didn't picture me going through that yellow light. Now, when it's cold outside, the weather is also perfect for a Jeep because you can also have the top up and it actually keeps the heat in amazingly.
Amazing. Now, what kind of music do you like to listen to, Zach?
Well, me personally, I am a death metal kind of guy. Are we actually going through
Let's do it. I heard you wouldn't.
No,
I heard you wouldn't.
I'm not going
Dude,
through the
I
drive-thru.
heard you wouldn't. Come on, let's do it. It'd be so funny if we ordered.
No,
Just order a couple drinks.
I don't have any money.
I'll pay for it.
All right.
So what are we getting? Are we getting a move you up a couple years and keep your payments the same combo?
I'm not about to say that.
How much do you want to bet?
I'll say it to the cashier.
See if she'll do it with us.
And tell you what, if I could move you up a couple years and keep your payments the same, would that be all right? 2 large Cokes.
Sure. Steve, you want anything to drink?
I can help you.
2 large Cokes and that's all.
214 for Clinton.
Oh, that's
All right,
too much.
Thank you. Hello. Good. How are you? Yes, please. So Peggy, let me ask you, what kind of car do you drive?
A Ford Focus.
Ford Focus? Well, I'll tell you what, if I can move you up a couple years and keep your payments the same, could I
Ain't gonna keep my
can I help you?
payments the same. It's paid off.
Well, that's perfect.
You ain't getting the payments the same.
Hey, is it all right if we put you on TV?
Absolutely.
All right.
Have a good one.
You too.
Yeah, ask her. Ask her. She'll just...
You ladies have a good one.
Hi, I'm Allison Hardy, and today on Tech Tips, we're going to talk about filling your car up. Filling up your car with gas is a routine procedure while owning your vehicle. Depending on how frequently you're driving, you may stop at a gas station several times in a month. Here are a few tips to keep in mind while filling up. Tip number 1, fill up early. Gas expands and contracts 1% for every 15-degree change in air temperature. What that means is, if you fill up during the day when it is hot out, the gas is expanding and fills up more space in your tank. Once it cools down, it shrinks and contracts back to its normal state, leaving your tank with less gas in it than you thought. So fill up in the morning when the temperature is cooler. Tip number 2, don't top off. Topping off your tank after the pump has automatically stopped can add unnecessary costs to your fill up. This is because nozzles are fitted to take in extra gas and cycle it back into the pump. Unfortunately, this happens after the pump has run and has charged you for the gas you pumped. So save some money and stop when the pump automatically stops. Tip number 3, pump slower. Pumps usually have a few speeds to stop at when you pump your gas. Pumping at high speeds releases more gasoline vapors, which the nozzle pulls back into the pump by the vapor recovery system. This means you could be paying for gas that you are not receiving. Pumping slower means less vapors, which means you are receiving more of the gas you are paying for. Tip number 4, avoid delivery times. If you see a delivery truck at the gas station you go to, don't fill up. The truck is pumping new gas into the holding tanks for the gas station. So the problem with this is that any type of sediment or anything that has settled at the bottom of the tank is being kicked up and stirred around into the new gas. Pumping gas during this time can lead to some of the sediment ending up in your gas tank, which could cause issues inside of your vehicle. These are just a few tips to keep in mind while filling up your vehicle. Filling your car is just a routine part of driving, and taking steps to save money while filling up or preventing issues with your car is a good step to take. Once again, this has been Allison Hardy on another episode of Tech Tips. Stay safe out there.
All right, great job last month. We did awesome, but we gotta keep the momentum going. We gotta sell some cars, and I got an idea. I'm thinking what we do is move our customers up a couple years in their vehicles and keep their payments close to the same. You feel me? Move them up a couple years, keep their payments the same. Move them up a couple years, keep their payments the same. Move them up a couple years, keep their payments the same. Moving up a couple years, keep the payments the same. Move them up a couple years, keep the payments the same. Move them up a couple years, keep the payment the same. Move them up a couple years, keep the payment the same.
Very similar to the other design. When you have your Apple CarPlay, you have your Android Auto. One of the things I really like in here is this trailering here. So what this is you can actually check your lights for your trailer right from in the inside. You don't have to get out and check, make sure they're working and everything. So this has a little test module that you can actually check everything right from your screen, which I love that feature. So Chevy kind of just, obviously other people have had that issue where they just want to be able to check it and they're taking trips and they want to know that their trailer lights are working the whole way. They can get right in there really easily and test it on there. Down in here, of course, this truck, your dual climate control on there and all your settings for your heating and cooling and all that. Down here you have your heated seats in this one, which this is something I really like too. That has an SD card reader, which you don't think you're ever going to need that, but you'd be surprised how much that actually would get used on there. So down along here, we have several options on here. One of the things is your hill descent. Okay, so this is to keep you from getting too squirrely if you're going down a big hill with a load on the back on there. This feature here is also auto stop start, okay, which they've had that on cars since the 13 Malibu, I think is what they started that on. Now what's unique about this was I can turn that off. So if I don't want that, if I don't want my engine shutting down when I stop, I can actually shut that feature off on here. This right here, the tailgate, so this, I can lower my tailgate right from here. So that's an automatic for the tailgate. So I love that feature too. Like I said, you pull up, hit it, you're ready to load or unload back there. Of course, your hazards, your traction control. Right here is, this activates your 110 outlet. This is All-Star Edition, so it does have the 110 outlet, which is standard on the All-Star Edition. You have your USB, your micro USB on there, which is, they just, like I said, they just want to have everything you need on this thing. Your trailer gain, this is a little different than it was the previous model years. So it's set up just a little bit differently. It's actually a little smoother design. It doesn't take up a bunch of room over here. It's over here. I want to point out that this is the first truck that I've seen also with the push button start on it, which is a very nice feature too. It's been really well in our cars, and eventually I think they're going to have everything that's just push button start, which is a nice feature. It's just a lot easier. I mean, I hit it and it starts right up. There's nothing to crank or anything like that. Over here, your DIC, I like the setup of the DIC. It's got really nice colors to it. It has the blue. And of course, your standard, you can go through, get your, you have your trips in there, you have your oil life percentage, you have of course, the digital speedometer on that. There's just a lot of stuff you can do in there. You can engage it. It shows you right here if you're engaged in 2-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive. So if you're looking at it and you want to know what you're in, you just glance down on there. Up here, your Bluetooth, your voice command right there is, so basically for your Bluetooth, I can end my call, I can answer my call from that, I can change the radio station from here. Over here on this side, it has a heated steering wheel. Right now it's about 90 degrees out, I'm not even thinking about a heated steering wheel, but in the wintertime, this is a nice feature to have on there. And of course, over here is your cruise control, which is a little different setup, but still the same function on there. On the left side here, you have your cargo lights, so your LED cargo lights back there, your 4-wheel drive high and low, and then your trailering, it has the trailering on there, but it also goes to a sport mode, which is a little rally flag on there. So if you wanted to put it in sport mode and you want to have some fun, that's what that's for on that. Moving on up right here, this is actually a power rear window, which is nice too, because if there's nobody sitting back there in the old trucks, you got to have somebody open that window up for you. But with this one, I can just open it if I want a little breeze coming through. A universal garage door remote up here, so I can program up to 3 garage doors in that, which is nice. And of course, don't forget OnStar, which you do get a free trial of OnStar when you purchase a new vehicle. So I also want to point out that you can create your own profile in here. What's nice about that is everything's set up to it's customized for you, which that's the world we live in now. Everything's customized. So I can go in here and just set up how I want my climate, how I want my radio stations, all that stuff is right in there. So you can customize up to 3 people in the vehicle. They can have their own settings. So if they go in and create and change their setting, it changes the radio and everything to their settings. So now I've covered the 2019 Silverado, and I've talked about it, but this is really a truck that you have to get in here to see for yourself. We have a few of them in stock and more on the way right now. It's just an awesome truck. Come in and take a test drive in one and be ahead of the time. Once again, this is Brian Lloyd here at SVG Chevrolet in Greenville. Hope to see you soon.
So the engine just shut off. Why did that happen?
Well, that's because of the ESS system. That's the engine stop start. Now, let's say you're at a stoplight, or say you just stopped like you did right there. Your engine will stop to conserve fuel. Now, one of the biggest things people get is, is that Battle My Starter? No, sir or ma'am, it is not. It has a heavy-duty alternator just for that system. That's one of the best systems they've made for these engines.
So it's not hard on the starter?
No, sir, not at all.
Can I connect my phone to this?
Absolutely. Let's just go to the media. Right now, you can see it says connect device, USB port, auxiliary. It does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. That will let you project your screen to see what you're doing on the Uconnect system. How cool is that?
That's awesome.
That is awesome. Now it does have the 4-wheel drive low hill descent control.
What is that?
That is, I tell you what, let's demonstrate it. I have an idea. Let's make a right here.
We're gonna make a right?
Make a right.
But we're going off course.
Now, who cares about that? We're in a Jeep, baby.
That's right. More time in this thing I get, the better.
Absolutely. Now, as you can see, slow down there, Dale Earnhardt. So we're at Fort St. Clair. I grew up in Preble County, and well, in West Alexandria, to be honest with you. And Fort St. Clair has been a big imprint for us. Just for example, when we had Cub Scout meetings or Boy Scouts or even graduation parties, we would throw them here. And one big thing is there's a couple hills that I'd like to demonstrate the hill descent control with. Now a little bit about us, and I would say Eaton, Ohio. It's a very small town, This was established, well, the Fort St. Clair was established in the late 1700s. And I do believe there was a war here. I don't know the whole specifics about it, but still it's very nice and very peaceful to go to. Now, as for example, let's go ahead and stop. So let's put it in neutral. Let's go and put it in 4-wheel drive low. You might have to use some elbow grease there, Stretch. And let's go to the hill descent control. Let's forward a little bit. And we're gonna go slow just because, granted we're on pavement. I would love to show you the wheels and how everything works, but now all the tires are moving exactly at the same time. Now the Saharas, just for example, do have, it's a true four-wheel drive. Now that we're in low, if you just want to let go of it, all you have to do when you're going down a steep hill or a hill like this, let's say it's covered in ice and snow and you don't feel comfortable, using your throttle or your brake pedal, all you have to do is just watch the road.
Oh, I see it. It's right there.
How fast are we going now?
3.
3 miles an hour. Now just, think, just for example, we're rock climbing. We're going out and we want to take this to a couple, down in Southern Ohio, there's a couple trails everybody goes to. With the hill descent control, it's a very safe way that we have at Wrangler or Fiat Chrysler Automotive has changed the trail riding experience, It's just for example, right now I do believe we're going 3 miles an hour, but his foot is not on the brake pad nor is he on the gas pedal. And with that, Zach, how do you feel right now?
Well, I am completely blown away. I did not expect this to be this good. I expected more of just a downshift more than it just keeping us at our same speed. Now, the really cool thing is that I didn't understand before I started doing this is you can actually control your speed by using the manual plus and minus shift knob.
Absolutely.
So, right now we have it set to 5 and you can adjust it to whatever speed you need to go.
I feel comfortable.
This is insane.
And, with all that being said, I don't see why somebody wouldn't want the Wranglers with now the hill descent controls.
And the thing about it is even though we're on pavement, this works for mud, sand, dirt, ice, whatever you're on.
Absolutely.
It'll work. It really is holding our speed.
That's absolutely insane, isn't it?
My mind is blown.
All right, now all we have to do is just go back into neutral, make sure we're in park, or neutral, make sure we're stopped. Just go back into neutral, go put it in 4 high, or put it in neutral, 4-wheel drive neutral, and then go put it back in 2 high. Oh, Zach, we're already here.
I can't believe it.
That was I had fun.
It's not long enough, I can tell you that.
It never is.
More people need these things because these things are just so awesome. So when you guys come out and check out our vehicles, make sure you ask for Zach because I will show you the best time of your life and I will get you a vehicle that you will love to drive, all the information that you require very promptly, and I'm gonna fit it comfortably in your budget, all right?
Don't forget about Chance, I was here too.
Nobody likes Chance.
All right, everybody loves Chance. The address is 510 South Barron, Eaton, Ohio. Our phone number is 937-548-7643. My extension is 930. And I'm a little bit cuter than he is, so come see me.
Bottom line is, come see us. Let us set you up with the ride of your dreams. Come in today.
Thanks for watching another episode of SVG Motors Weekly. And if you haven't done it yet, go to youtube.com and subscribe to the SVG Motors channel. Or go to our Facebook page and like our page. And last but not least, if you want to see future episodes, go to your DVR and search SVG Motors and catch future episodes. Thanks again for watching.